5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to pick. Nirana. Ten seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Earth Spirit.
FNATIC's turn to ban.
Bristleback!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to FNATIC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. TNC Predators turn to pick. FNATIC's turn to pick.
Breaker.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn
Crystal Maiden.
FNATIC's turn to pick.
Morphling.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to ban.
Phantom Lancer.
TNC Predator's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predator's turn to ban. FNATIC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. TNC Predator's turn.
Invoker.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
I think Phantom Lancer in this one seems pretty unstoppable. Master as a core, not a big fan. I don't think, even after all the buffs, Hero still
Prepare for battle.
sad in the offlane compared to the other offlaners.
You guys were talking Galaxy brain. I looked into the Galaxy stars, and I chose TNC. I'm baited. See, you know, you can't do that. Come on. You said they were dying. You said there was a 5-on-5. The panel.
I never trust these guys. First, most of the time they're wrong with the predictions, so I lose any confidence in whatever they're saying. And yeah, now they lied again.
They have a fast forward. I
30 seconds to battle.
No, I believe we're live.
I'm not ever listening.
Mid Bristle, I think this hero has a lot of potential. Kind of fits the Southeast Asia profile where they brawl a lot. You can creep skip, but I was thinking about the same thing the other day. The black, how mid Bristle is viable. You can play. Okay, I'll hold that thought. Join from Febby.
On to Jabs. That level of charge couldn't get in front of him for body block, but then on the roll he did. Missed the follow-up arrow, so Jabs onto the high ground and away.
Yeah, that's how it works. You missed first couple of arrows, so later on you just have 100% accuracy. Back in my days, you know, you could type minus AA and it would show how many arrows you hit back in Dota 1 days, and you could type minus HA when you played Pudge. It showed the hook. I'm not sure why that's not a thing. Maybe I'm pretty sure we have the technology to put that into the game. Maybe I thought like, yeah, I don't want people to play, to feel bad after they type that in. And I kind of understand that.
You should. I think it should be up at all times. I don't think you should even. It's my personal.
But it can't show to your teammates. Otherwise,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of pinging. Imagine if you could ping on that. Here's 7% accuracy on my Marana.
Oh my god, the blame games that already have without those percent. Ooh, arrow, that hits 50%. 1 for 3. AA is high and.
A good start for the top lane. Like Brewmaster, 4 CS. I'm not fast forwarding. He's gonna have 4 CS after this one. No way he misses it. But yeah, going into Urn, I love that build. Even if you're playing like 5, position 4, off lane. With Cinder Boot, you just... another arrow. I don't think they can go in. Brewmaster has no mana.
3 though.
Keep counting.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm really good at is counting 1, 1, 1, 1. More intense math.
Yeah, when we get to those double digits, it kind of gets more complicated.
Carrying. Charge. All the way over onto the Earth Spirit. Maybe now in between both these heroes, a roll and a charged up stun, but they still turn the jabs. Trying to focus their attention on a Masaros, who's
He gets a
walking the other way.
bash. He's dead. Plus the slow from Orb of Venom. Febby, another charge in a second. Not gonna go for it. Spiritbreaker is a pretty tanky hero, A lot of strength gain. His starting armor is 5, so pretty hard to deal with. We see that often. Alchemist on the offlane. Seen it a couple of times in the European region. Seems like others are starting to copy it. Where you get the bottle, possibly a medallion, and then get the Aghanim Scepter. I've seen like a naked Alchemist from 33, and I've seen a really good one from S4 yesterday where he decided to go for a Blink, Solar Crest, and still gave Axe to his Phantom Assassin.
Which ones were working? Like,
And the ones that are naked, that are not naked. The ones that actually get an item so you don't play 4 versus 5.
that seemed like hit or miss with these. Decision get Saros, arrow,
2 out of 4.
send. Carrying ones. But I don't know if been pretty good so far for our 21-9 to the.
It's Quasvex Invoker, you don't have much damage. Bristleback can, the Swirl Spray, you're trying to burn his mana, has a bottle to work with. I've seen Bristlebacks like playing between a tier 1, tier 2 tower, sometimes even behind the tier 2 tower, dragging the creep wave to the big camp on the side, so you maximize your farm.
We get stopped at the Power Rune area. Gonna grab that 4-minute rune, leap, and grabbed by the Mirana, so now Jabs will be rolled in, and he's most likely dead. A tornado!
With honor!
Does end up dead to Armel.
Moon gets Bash.
Bash is coming in. Moon needs to be very careful. Bash, he's dead. There's the charge and the kill.
And he points it out 100 times to set up
Destroyed and breathing.
After using a mango on a bristleback, you should just say, I'm dead. Now his game is kind of ruined. He needs to walk back to the lane. Someone else needs to TP. Who's that gonna be? Gonna be Crystal Maiden level 2 at the moment. Just to soak up some experience until Invoker comes back.
3 times. Kill. He's got a charge. Arrow. Ooh.
I like how Febby went back. He saw the arrow. Like, if I keep moving from him, the arrow's not gonna connect.
That would be bad.
Febby is extremely skilled with the Spirit Breaker.
1K lead already here. Of course, against an Alchemist lineup, so it may not be
It's
that
not an
carry
Alchemist
out.
line. Yeah, so it's not a carry Alchemist. A big difference. Wait, what? He's actually going into Battle Trade. That's what he has queued up.
Charge coming through all the way on the Moon. TPU over, arrow hits, and Moon might just fall again, but he's got a lot of charges on that wall to survive, and Armel's the one dead instead. Still trying to make it out. Jay is low here too. Tornado doesn't hit, but they still get Febby, and 2 of these heroes sit so low on FNATIC, yet neither die.
Moon had, I believe, a full magic wand. Arrow almost hits, and they had no detection. And if Bristleback dies, they don't have enough damage to actually kill with the Invoker. He's gonna pick up the Regen Rune, full mana, full HP. Going into Urn, like Spirit Vessel, a lot of value against Bristleback, against Morphling. I don't think you can afford to get a Battle Tree. It's actually so good. You have a Phantom Lancer, you have Invoker. I mean, if you can somehow manage to get away with that, I don't think it's doable, but let's see. If TNC is not going to put enough pressure, maybe try to go for it.
Very high risk.
It is.
Especially, you say, if TNC don't, at least to this moment, obviously that failed, but they are doing it. Are putting pressure.
See if he commits. Has 1,000 gold.
Febby here, Doppelganger again. Febby runs down right now. You don't want to give up kills for Raven, who's not exactly having.
Okay. So much space actually with his rotations. You don't necessarily need to get the kills. He got the kill on Moon on a mid, which was pretty big, but the ones at the rune, he picks up the rune, he makes 2 supports rotate, it doesn't die. Now this type, again, where he's taking away farm from Phantom Lancer, making another rotations. He's Brewmaster's pretty much farming on the top lane, get almost level 7, which is pretty insane. That dispel mechanic against PL and the illusions is great. Let's see what Alchemist decided to go for. He's a madman. He actually bought a Claymore.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll see if the pays off. But it's gonna be tough. Maybe dead. 2 heroes waiting for him on the high ground.
Against us.
One biggest concern for me whenever I see Brewmaster, what do you get from using the first primal split? First, second, if you don't get any good kills out of it, the hero just doesn't feel that great. He's going into Aghanim Scepter, which is nice. You have that second primal split, and you can cancel it anytime, like if you feel threatened. So much value from that.
I'm wondering if we don't see many of these crewmen, but hold that thought. Tornado in Armel sitting in the jungle to make something happen. Well, Armel, he's pretty tanky. He's on one. The arrow doesn't hit on the Moon, but the Starstorm comes through. They get the jab, and there's the primal split. They're gonna look over for Moon. He gets the Cyclone into the air. There's the second DJ gone. Kate get blown. It's the other. Armel survived.
That's what's important. They make a rotation, try to invade the stack.
Radiant are
Earth Spirit's like,
scanning.
guys, I need to bail. Have 5
Dire's bottom
charges
tower is under attack.
from the Quill Spray. Need to go back. They still get a kill on him. It's 2 supports from Brewmaster. It's actually fine. They get 2 kills. They secure and steal some of the stacks. Bristleback doesn't die. Pretty big W for TNC.
The Observer G-Ward.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So,
Radiant's
getting back to
courier
what I was
has been killed.
about the act here for the crew as off of it. Worth getting the
Dire's top tower.
Oh, for
has
sure.
fallen.
Against the PL and the illusions,
Dire's
it's
bottom
gonna be
tower
great.
is under attack.
Maybe he thinks, you know, I'll just in a casual Ogre Axe, potentially I can turn that into BKB if needed. Because there's a lot of silences, mana burn, a couple of stuns. But if you can get away with Axe, I think that's fine. You can be such a loose to play against.
bounty runes. Wild jabs.
Impressive action.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're getting all these bounty, yet
Now this has to be one of the greediest lineups of seen in quite some time. Alchemist, and just the itemization overall. He is getting that Battle Fury. He's getting very close. He might actually get away with that.
Dire's top
Just
tower
1,000
is
gold
under
away.
attack.
Climbing uphill, always a scary thing.
Staros getting caught. Pops the ulti. They can get this, or at least get the tier 2 force rotate.
Yeah. Mid tower. It's pretty low. So if they make a rotation on the mid lane, there's still a catapult. Moon trying to get rid of that. Very aggressive from TNC invading the enemy jungle once again. Phantom Lancer still 0 dead, so this is their win condition. They need Phantom Lancer to become big in this game, become unkillable. Yasha.
Around the back, Tornado just before the charge. That's going to keep him from getting hit by the arrow. KP low on mana and health. Looks like he'll fall to the magnetize. They do again. They couldn't on a move, but here comes Raven.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My Shadow and Bevy is not away. The magnetize finishes them off, but they kill off Nassar. So it's a 2-2 right now. Jab spotted. Roll. Ooh, might have hit on
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ties is still ringing, but eventually.
This is the problem where your offlane doesn't contribute that
Dire
much to the
structures
team
are
fight
fortified.
compared to like Brewmaster, who has a split, you have a
Dire's
slow,
middle tower
Alchemist
has
just
fallen.
throws that acid spray, would prefer to actually farm, but TNC realizing where threat comes from, they realize the weaknesses and the itemization that they're going for, so they force a fight, they win it.
Wolf winging.
Double charge. Charge is gonna be great. You can also turn possibly like Phantom Lancer, Earth Spirit. But style is a must-have against the Spirit Vessel, against the Silences. Spirit Vessel almost done. Just needs the recipe on Moon.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Battle Fury done. Still a very good timing on the Battle Fury. This is offlane Alchemist, remember?
Yeah, 13 minutes. I think the scarier part is maybe
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
When you have this Battle Fury on Alchemist offlane, someone from your team is not gonna get it. There's not enough resources on the map for them to be able to have all these 3 cores, and we can see the difference already.
Radiant are scanning. Dire
Invoker.
are scanning.
4.8k. Alchemist is slowly taking over. Also, my Phantom Lancer 6,000.
Base BK. Row? Ooh,
Dire's
Close.
bottom tower is under
He just might be another core. I don't think in this game he actually gives any ags. He just builds for himself. Possibly, I don't know, Invoker, the Cataclysm looks nice, even though they don't have the best setup, they don't have it. Someone has to suffer.
Raven might suffer in a second. 5. Jay's got the right shadow. Actually, the Sars might be in a lot of trouble as well. TJ, he goes down very quickly. They'll look at the Saros. They should have him sealed and killed.
Sagan has
Now on the run. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
fight. Kills, they back up.
Problem is FNATIC doesn't have a real initiator. They would still love to play the game 5 minutes without taking any casualties. Because Alchemist wants to farm, he wants his BKB. I don't think TNC will allow them to just farm their items. Constant pressure every single time.
Dire's middle
These
tower
up,
is under
go in.
Chase hard. Mana Lancer is actually going all the way to Jab. This is by under heavy front and fast spot. The Invoker and throws a Tornado EMP. DJ all of a sudden into trouble, but the roll they have the Geomantic Grip Heap, more than strength. So now, Bevy on the run, he's still alive after all is said and done. And
Oh, Morphin's done.
Fall.
His mana is burned.
By that roll and by Raven, Armel is in it all alone. This is a problem inside the ice wall. They're keeping themselves at the front of this bristle. He's got no mana to work with. Going into the air, Armel eventually, he's gone.
These are the type of fights that FNATIC wants to have. Prolonged team fights, reset multiple times, go in with the Earth Spirit, Phantom Lancer, burning the mana on top of EM. Now Spirit Vessel is done. Something that throughout the history Morphling has struggled to play against is the mana. You don't have the answer unless you buy a BKB early on, and now you deal with the human efforts. You might actually need to get a BKB. One fight goes badly for them, one extra fight, he'll probably switch to BKB. See Aghanim Center queued up for now. Like, you need to defend yourself, because there are no defensive tools on.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
For the
is under
Morphling,
attack.
but, you know. Way and want this at KP. Gold 8. Gold wave. Bit of an issue. He's gonna have to lead with that, right? From the tree split, never really in danger. Try to get that split.
I think he's tanky enough to be able to survive through like combination from the Earth Spirit plus some like follow-up. And needs to be careful about the mana. Doesn't have a stick, he only has like magic stick. It's in the backpack right now. TNC realizing they could take this opportunity, they could take this Roche for free pretty much. Are using the scan on the bottom, they're not having a good read what's happening. Moon was just protecting himself on the bottom, trying to take the tower. TNC... Now they know. Now they know something's fishy.
It's just too late.
Shadows
Good read by
take
TNC
us.
to recognize that Fnatic are
Radiant's bottom
capable
tower has fallen.
of taking and defend. Baby,
Radiant are
Shadow was
scanning.
good. Fire nearby, and they need to be cool. This sentry's not gonna that or the vision that's right there inside the jungle. PL, People's Gift, Dragon, Scale, Radiant.
Dire's middle tower is under
300
attack.
gold away from Master having that axe. Marana going
Regeneration.
mech. Will it be full Guardian
Dire's
Greaves
top
there for the
tower
Marana,
is
you
under
think?
attack.
I Yule Scepter just feels good to have on the hero, especially against the mana burn to have any mana sustain.
Charge in. Massaro's hit by this charge. He doesn't have Chemical Rage for 30 seconds. And he'll charge up a stun, but it's not likely that he lives here. The Super Brew is on him and burning if he gets the kill.
A lot of XP, a lot of gold.
Radiant's
You're
bottom tower
kind of
is under attack.
semi-carry alchemist in this game. You're not that... Like, you still have a lot of net worth. You're high level, you're level 12. So they need to be careful about that one.
Gabby takes the top tier 1. He's sitting 1,600 gold away from getting Ags of his own. If you ask me at this point who would have more Ags when the draft, I probably would have said FNATIC, seeing that it was an off-lane out. Instead, it's going the other way. Shroud Radiance for Bristleback. Almost finished with the Eternal Shroud.
A Shroud is the best item you can get against any kind of mana burn. You just get your mana back. EMP, well, I get my full mana back from that, so I don't care about that. There's also, you know, mana burn.
Is under attack.
PL, so you need to have something. Keep going into Radiance, Shroud, Lotus Orb, Radiance. I love that build up. Like, even Lotus Orb is giving him enough mana regen to be able to reset. He can get silences and most importantly Spirit Vessel on either himself or on the boss.
Allies disappear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gabby. 700 gold away here, and they should find Jabs. Moves in, Geomagnetic Grip. They've got the silence and the kill there on to the Earth Spirit.
Radiant's
They're going bottom and looking for DJ. Oh.
Saros
Can't
getting
stop
chased.
it. Shadow Amulet. See if it works. 10 a Sentry, thinking he might do it again, but they've got that ult. And now, Tim's ready to throw an arrow if need be, but our story main goes to the Shadow Amulet. Arrow hits, dust is available. Massaros, his life, not long. He's gone again. Armel gets the kill to take the Alchemist pretty much in succession.
It's just free gold that we can see. This is not working out. Like Softlane Alchemist, he's going for the Shadow Blade, trying to build a Silver Edge to be able to break the Bristleback. I still feel you need a BKB to be able to fight. There are a couple of abilities with Guilty Magic Community. Still, you feel very vulnerable at the moment. It's not a carry Alchemist. It's not one from the previous series where you have like SNY, you have Swift Blink, you have a BKB Abyssal Blade, and you're lacking items.
Boker. 21-minute Might It. We'll see if that pays it.
Wants to be able to scale. Don't get too much far.
Cinder Brew gets the Primal Split off just before the Tornado EMP comes in. They've got the Cyclone onto the Invoker. They've caught him with the stun from the Earth Panda. They will run down Moon, but do they get the kill? There is a Sentry down if Moon wants to go into the Ghost Walk, but it's on cooldown at the moment. So Arrow comes in from Tim's and will get the finishing blow. Kill off this Invoker, and a great fight there from TNC. I know it only gets them to kill the Invoker, but anything to slow down the Invoker is quite nice. You've got the Ags picked up by Gabby. That means the charge. Oh my god! It's almost as bad as the roll. They're going to come through on the Jabs, get the kill. Looking at Raven next. Draining the mana from Gabby, but instead of going for DJ, the ult from Febby used onto this Crystal Maiden, and Gabby with a double kill.
And we can see the power of, once again, Morphling +1. Either it's Earthshaker, either it's Spirit Breaker. Once he turns it to him, like, so much speed. It's insane. Like, TNC, once again, with their combination, they just love their Morph. How we can make this hero imbalanced? Well, this is the way. Because he had it at ages. I thought about, you know, him being maybe forced to go into BKB, gets that Aghanim Scepter, felt threatened, has a second life, so he can afford to get that Aghanim Scepter, now goes into BKB to be able to steal the mana burn. Phantom Lancer at 0 deaths, 3,000 gold behind Morphling, still, you know, trying to keep up. It's just this Alchemist is a big problem.
Yeah.
He fed a couple of kills. doesn't contribute that much to the team fight. I'd still prefer if he maybe went for a different route, just get the Aghanim himself.
I'm a little sad. It
Dire's
looks like
middle tower
KP's
is
saving
under
for.
attack. Vanish.
I wanted him to go for the shard. I just want to see it in a core role, in a pro game. Just once this season.
I think that's gonna be his item, possibly. Maybe after getting, like, BKB is fine. I don't necessarily think a Blink Dagger, you have 2 charges, one for Morphling, one for Spirit Breaker, so you're kind of covered in the initiation department. Either a BKB or a shard.
Yeah, well, he ends up going for his 1,600 gold saved up. Maybe he hasn't thought of it himself just yet. KP's being built for the Alchemist.
Under attack.
He's trying to get into that Silver Edge, recognizing that he needs the BKB for finishing off the Silver Edge with the consecutive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Brew, Tim's, as well as Armel, they're smoked up. Working on this Radiance. They've got a haste on Brewmaster. They're trying to catch up to Masaros, who is inside these trees. I think that's exactly where he is. Brew charge comes across to the creep wave. That is so well done by Bevy, knowing that he's sitting in the tree. Double dust and
Still can't sure why KP uses this split there. He could have
This
just
is
swapped the dust.
complete and
would
utter
kill, but
bullshit.
you have 2 charges, so you don't feel that bad about it. Bristleback, you said, he's getting closer to the Radiance. That's gonna help quite a lot against the PL. I like the way TNC itemizes in this game. Bristleback, Ghost Shroud to deal with the mana burn once again. Lotus Orb, remove those Spirit Vest charges, and also going for the scaling items.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
now, Invoker going for the shard, recognizing that he's taking a back seat here in terms of farm. Already going to beta for utility with that shard. Barge coming through. This is the second time that you're recognizing this is not going to work. So getting the kill here. Tornado comes in. That's going to hit on the family with BKB being popped by Gabby. Working on these illusions, recognizing that that is not the fight you really want to take with the BKB getting lower.
Also having Bulldogs on Morphling is so good. Just having that status
Dire's
resistance.
middle tower
But what's the
has
number on
fallen.
status? 70%. Yeah, that's what I thought it was like.
100.
It feels like you just can't get stunned. That's the...
Blade next for him, picks up a gem.
Fabi gave him the gem. Fabi's actually farmed for position 5 Spirit Break. More farm than CM, that's for sure. Like he bought a gem, has an Elder Axe, going into BKB. I just love overall the itemization that TNT is doing. They understand like most of the damage they have is magical. So we're just gonna build BKBs.
They're going after Armel. Lotus Sword, charge. If you want to use they'll commit. Needs to morph into the Spirit Breaker again. There he goes. Has it available. Potentially a double charge attack. Arcane Rune. Bottled up here by Gabby. Did go for that one. Or Brewmaster, sorry. Kimi said we may not ever see.
Radiance done, double charge.
And the reinforcements are here to the Sorrows.
They don't necessarily need to rush things. If they could get a boss of pick off, turn that into Roche, who will respawn in 40 seconds. They already have a courier and actually 2 couriers inside of it.
They're going in. Magnetized as well as the silence, and they'll get this kill on KP. They end up using DJV. KP's been popped by KP. Goes after jabs for a second. Moon trying to get into the high ground. Magnetized still rolling. Tornado hits onto the Morphling as well as Femi, the original copy of this Spirit Breaker. Buyback on DJ. They're really trying to make something out of potentially nothing. As Raven continues to walk forward. May even catch himself in a bad spot if he goes near those stairs, and they did buyback on DJ, so that is Crystal Maiden's buyback used.
Yeah. Invoker with the shard. I don't think I've ever seen rushing this shard early on. It increases like the wall length by 320. Nice number if we had like 2 more to that. Like DOTA numbers, real nice in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of made a big difference there. The extra, and you can vector target it. You can choose where you want it to go. Kind of easier to execute.
In a row. It is cheap.
This is what I didn't like the Brewmaster picking up the Blink Dagger. You can see him still being very vulnerable to any kind of burst, mana burn, silence. BKB just seems like a... Or you need to be careful with your positioning because you have 2 charges. You just pop that ulti straight away. No, you don't use other spells. You don't use Thunderclap, no Cinder. You just split instant.
Yeah, I don't think his position here in this lineup is to be at the front. Like, that's Bristle's position. So
You have
don't
Bristle,
need
you
to
have
be...
Spirit Breaker, you have more cool turn into Spirit Breaker, so you don't necessarily need ability item. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe he makes something up of the item.
Could.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Which
attack.
blink would you like to see on him?
Oh no. Maybe Arcane, lower the cooldown on the Primal split, because Brewmaster's all about that Primal.
Scanning.
Especially once you finish it.
Those Blink Daggers are like choosing a...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh yeah.
Red, blue, and green. Which one's for you? Being Pikachu instead. Have no choice.
I'm all about that general.
Yeah.
I know some generation too, but other than that, yeah, I'm just a boomer. Sorry, chat.
Boomers are sticking together.
And someone tells me, yeah, man, Dingle Dude, he's OP Pokemon. I'm like, what is that? I don't know.
That's for me.
Please, Game Freak, make that a Pokemon.
Maybe it is, considering how many they are. I could have guessed it correctly.
You're just farming the ancients as Tim's comes over. Backing from a... Meanwhile, the Smoke Fanatic looking towards bottom. Nobody's home, but TNC wrapped behind him. Charge on the Raven. That gets stopped before it pulls Gabby onto the high ground. They are coming from behind. They need to be careful as Missaros again spotted, and the stun is on the Bevy. Get to Bevy in time. He's gonna die here. They TP out on DJ, but there's the Primal Split, and they want to go for Missaros, who tries to get through the tree, trying to get away, but eventually spotted by Creep, cycled in the air.
No rotations. Marana trying to use the arrow. Let's see the combo. Oh, it's hard to execute. You know that the but they still get the kill, which is okay. Now Gabby keeping top. There's like drawings on the minimap. What they want to do: go push mid, go push top lane.
We're gonna realize here that that roll might be a mistake. If you can get out, though, it's not. Escapes. Gabby unable to stop the TP there from Jab. Still sitting top of the net worth. They have a 16,000 net worth.
I got looks how it happened so fast. It skyrocketed. Phantom Lancer still 0 deaths, has a new item, new shiny one. I have Scotty healing for the Morphling, for the Bristleback. Still doesn't deal damage. He needs an extra item, maybe even 2, to be able to deal the damage. Invoker also very limited on that damage, it's more about control.
Going through with the charge. Goes up into the air, roll away. BKB's been caught by Gabby going after DJ. They'll get the kill with Chrissy made in for 70 seconds. Follow that up with a kill on the moon. He's gone, but has buyback. Missaro's stunned on the run, trying to get back into the base. Buyback on moon. See how he can help as he goes into the Ghost Walk. Has Cold Snap available. Arrow almost coming through and hitting, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
right now, Fnatic are just spectators to onslaught onto the 2-2 tower top. Trying to do some damage onto
Dire's top tower is
but it just doesn't feel enough, and eventually he'll just pop the cheeks.
They just don't have enough damage to go through Morphling. He also has Aegis, Bristleback field, pretty much unkillable. Has no mana whatsoever, so maybe that's the play they want to do. Try to burn mana with the EMP. With the defibrillator on Phantom Lancer, it's just a rough one.
Red Tornado up in the air. Even trying to send these illusions out. EMP once again. Rain Greaves comes afterwards. Raven does go forward himself. Phantomlands with 3 stand up. They're actually going to charge and get their attention here on Alchemist, who charges up a stun and stops Gabby in his tracks for a second, but second stun, second charge. It's almost as good as second dinner.
They don't want to risk anything. Man, Gabby's Morphling is just always a pleasure to watch. He's just insanely talented on the hero. Drop the gem on the ground. Cute little trick. You can see up hill. Gabby gets the reward. He actually put the gem on the high ground.
Charge all the way. Trying to blink away, but still dead all the way behind the Ancients. They're going to focus their attention on a DJ Freezing Field. More just like a chiller in the wind.
Yes, sir. I believe this game is officially over. FNATIC, they have one set of barracks left on the bottom, but the water space cow is a bit too strong.
Bottom tier 3, the bottom set of racks. Just trying to seal the deal here. FNATIC holding on as best they can with the geomagnetic grip coming through as well as Sun onto the Brewmaster. Raven focuses his attention on the Brew, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. He does have the Primal Scoop available, goes to the Thunderclap, who actually doesn't have it available. It's lit up, but there are 0 charges. They get the code on Massaros. He just needs a couple seconds longer. There's the Primal Split, but with the Primal Split, the GG call comes through.